Hello, everyone, and welcome to In the Know 360, show hosted by me, Annette, the warm hearted warrior diva. This show gives you insights on the journeys of high achieving business owners and music artists who share with the audience the importance of building a strong community of like minded individuals on the road to greater success. Today's show is a collaboration between NNO 360 and BYB. BYB is a music artist from North Long Beach, California. At age 18, he started his music journey in his friend's home studio. In his spare time, he plays basketball, one of my favorite sports, by the way, and makes clothes with his clothing line brand called Lucre Selection. His goal is to tap in with well known brands like Gucci and Nike. Check out his latest tracks entitled Bad Bees, Three Freaks, Roll Me Up, released on all music platforms. Welcome, BYB.
Thank you for
Yay!
having me. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for joining me today, sir. And I have several questions for you, so I hope you're ready.
Of course, of course.
The first question is, who or what inspired you to start a career in the music industry?
So it wasn't really an inspiration or anything like that. It was just at the homie house eating Wingstop, and then we just started rapping, and that was it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you just like, hey, let's go get some wings and, start rapping about wing stoppers. I'm teasing. What kind of wings, by the way, do you get?
Uh, get 10 lemon pepper, 5 mango habanero. And there's one more.
That sounds
It's
good.
the new one at Wingstop. I forgot what it's called, but it's that one.
Oh, okay.
5 of those.
Are you a ranch or a blue cheese person?
Ranch.
Okay. I'm a ranch too. I mean, I like blue cheese. Cool.
Yeah.
Uh, so can you recall the exact moment that you wanted to pursue this career path?
Uh, I kind of just made some stuff and then put it out on DistroKid,
Uh huh.
and then I saw like a revenue coming from it. So I was like, this is another like hustle I can go into.
Mm.
So,
Which song was, by the way, was it that you had that had an influx of cash flow?
it's called I'm Back.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Huh. Very interesting. And what challenges have you faced during your journey in becoming this music artist?
Mm, not really because I'm just getting started. So no real challenges, but just being around the right people
Mhm.
and not falling into the wrong crowd. Pretty much, that's a challenge.
That is so true. Yeah, you recently had a show with the Monster Yo tour, right?
Correct.
How was that?
It was cool. It wasn't too big of a crowd or too big of um the audience, but it's definitely cool.
Okay, well, that's what's up. Thank you for doing that, and for the Unity for Social Justice. Let's free Monster
Hmm.
Yo, everybody. Free Monster Yo.
Right.
Um, how have you persevered despite these challenges?
Mm. Well, like I said, it's not really many challenges, but so it's nothing really to persevere, but just again keeping yourself in the right social circle with the right people.
Right.
Right.
Okay. And what was your best collaboration?
Uh, Collaboration with my friend. His name is Mac, but his stage name is Machiavelli.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's called Sweet Life of BYB and Veli.
Oh, okay. Very interesting. Name three artists you would like to open up a show for.
For sure, NBA YoungBoy.
Mhm.
That's the greatest artist of all time.
Hmm.
NBA YoungBoy. Um, mm, I would say Drake. I don't listen to Drake, but just because he's like Godfather type.
Hmm.
Um, YoungBoy Drake, and probably like a Gunna or like a Young Thug type situation.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Hmm. Very interesting. So, who is BYB?
Um, he's me. Um, North Long Beach. It's a cool, fun guy, really, to be honest.
Yeah, you definitely look cool on those videos.
Like,
The video, whoever did that was pretty good too. The videographer on your
okay.
videos.
Yeah, it's
Shout
Cannon Fort.
shout out to him. Okay.
Mhm.
Do you read sheet music or play an instrument?
I actually play piano. Um, I played piano for 7 years,
Wow.
and I've been playing at well, at that time it was my auntie's church,
Hmm.
and I was playing at that church. So
Wow, that's amazing. 7 years. So, are you thinking about maybe incorporating some
no,
notes to it?
no,
No.
not at all. Nah, not
Oh,
at all.
okay. Well, you never know. You might change your mind later on. So, what steps do you take in creating your music?
Mm, it's really just hearing it, like the beat.
Hmm.
I like samples, like older like R&B samples.
Hmm.
So with the R&B sample, it gives you already a flow
Hmm.
that you should go by, and with that, it's just easier to freestyle or write. When I go in, I
Hmm.
freestyle first and then right after, if that makes sense.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
And what year of R&B are we talking?
Like 60s, early 70s.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. So you know exactly what year to tap into.
Right.
That's good. Do you like the virtual or in-person platform and why?
You, when you say that, you mean in terms of like what we're doing right now, or
In general, like, do you like collabing with people online or in person?
oh, I feel like it's better to do it in person, like at that same time. But with me, I just do my thing. If I collab
Mhm.
with somebody, I send it over to them.
Hmm. Okay.
Either way, it works. I feel like in person is better though, for sure.
Yeah, you get like more of a personal touch to it.
All right.
So think back to a situation when it was difficult. I know you're still new to the game here, but like for instance, the songs that you release, uh, what did you learn from that experience?
Mm, I learned where to put. Like I like to use the different voice sample of telephone, like the telephone voice a lot. So
Hmm.
in the background, I learn where to put it and where not to put it.
Mm-hmm.
Learn that less is more sometimes, and
Mm-hmm.
quality or quantity. So
Hmm.
not necessarily like just because I like when I record fast. I record like 6 songs in like an hour.
Wow.
So I could put all that out at the same time, or I could just, kind of push
Mm-hmm.
one at a time. So quality over quality over quantity. So yeah, that's what I learned.
Most definitely. Well, you always want to have a really good quality of your music for sure.
Right.
And and it's from what I've heard, a lot of music artists like to come up with a lot of different songs, a lot of different tracks, like right one after the other. But sometimes you have to repurpose that specific song to really get the crowd going, right?
Exactly. Right.
So I totally agree with you. So share an experience illustrating your communication style and how it makes you an effective artist.
Mm, are you talking about communicating with other people or communicating on the song?
Like on a song.
Okay. I feel like my group of friends, we have a certain lingo that we do,
Mhm,
and how we talk to each other. A lot of other people outside of it, they saw us talking to each other, wouldn't understand what we're saying.
mhm,
But with that saying, I could put that in the music, and then it'd be like, a different type of cadence to it
mm,
that's different from other people. That because me, when I rap, I like to rap just to hear it in the car, just
mm.
to hear it loud in the bass. That's enough for me. So with with that being said, it's just easier. Wait, hold on. I'm trying to think about it. I'm trying to think about an elegant way to put it. Um, but yeah, just me and my friends have a different lingo, and so when I put in the music, it separates me from different people.
Hmm,
So yeah,
that is real interesting. Sounds like we're talking in codes.
right, right.
So it's like a some type of code that you guys have to put together.
Yeah, we talk like certain words we use differently than other people that
Hmm,
only we understand because we've been around each other for so long. So
wow.
when I put that in music, people they listen and be like, "What does that mean?"
Oh, so you're
Right,
making your, I get it. You're making your own dictionary.
right. Yeah,
I think that's so dope. So you're basically starting a whole new trend in the lyrical style and the definition behind these lyrics that nobody really knows.
right. So like for instance, three freaks. When I be
Uh-huh.
like, I'm in a function with three freaks, two scooms. People are like, "What's a scoom?" And it's like
Mm,
me and my friend been saying that since middle school.
mm.
So now like I hear other people saying it, and not to say they got it from me, but it's like you know. So yeah,
So do you tell them what exactly it means? I want to know. Or can you
it's like
tell?
it's like just like a lover or like like a definition of a goer or see like that's another word goer, a roller, a schoon,
Mm.
like a thought like situation.
Oh, interesting.
So yeah,
That is very interesting. I like that. I like that. Being unique about your words
right.
and the meaning behind it. Okay, I can dig it. So, how do you stay motivated in producing new inspiring music?
You gotta go experience something. Like you gotta go experience life.
Okay.
So like for instance, me and my friend Cannon Fort, who we've been friends since middle school.
Mm-hmm.
We we go on adventures. Like we go shoot. Like he does photography, so
Hmm.
he goes to different colleges to shoot photo shoots. I go with
Okay.
him. I see how other people are living.
Hmm.
Because if I stay in where I'm at, I'm only seeing how I'm living. And I saw like people in Long Beach never been to LA, never been to Watts, never been to Compton. Because they stay in Long Beach, they only know Long Beach.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as me, I went to school in Watts and lived in Long Beach. So
Mm.
I've seen a lot of different things that some people that just live in Long Beach, go to school in Long Beach, they haven't seen or haven't experienced and can't talk about. So when you put
Mm.
the music, it sounds different and it's eye opener.
Mm. That is very interesting. Yeah, I would imagine even just going to a different city, you take home something unique or
Right.
like an essence of it. And how do you capture these things that you take home with you and incorporate in your song?
Sometimes like I remember I went to Kendrick for high school for the first 2 years. And I remember seeing things and then coming home and like it takes time to process what you saw. Like I could go to the store and just like the way that they talk out there is different
Hmm.
from me going to the store and hearing people talk out here.
Hmm.
So you just experience things different.
Hmm. You know, I often wondered this, right? As a well, a lot of entrepreneurs, I think like gurus, they would say, uh, you go to the same McDonald's or you go to a McDonald's in different locations and the Big Mac tastes the same. I'm wondering if that's true in like the whole music thing.
Um,
You know how like there's a process to making the burger, and I'm wondering if it truly tastes the same in different locations. I'm
right,
just
but
tying it in with music.
that person, right, it could be the same person making the burger, but somebody else, like if you go to a different location, somebody else taught that person how to make the burger a different way.
Hmm.
So it could all mean the same and taste the same, but it's a different process going into making the burger.
Oh, okay, okay.
Uh,
I like that. I like that. That's you took the words out of my mouth.
Right,
So I beg to differ on that note that McDonald's has, every burger in every McDonald's they taste the same. Probably to
right,
a degree because maybe this person loves pickles more or ketchup more, and they put more ketchup in it. You know what I
right.
mean?
Yeah,
I'm just saying, or what a secret sauce or whatever.
true.
Um, so speaking about inspiring music, you came out with these tracks entitled Bad Bees, the three freaks you sat and roll me up. What was the inspiration behind these tracks?
Mm. Um, the first one is
Yeah.
about what you see every day, walking out
Ah.
the door and just looking across the street from my house. Like it's a lot of mm, how to say it, free souls outside.
Oh,
So with
okay.
that, every person has a different walk. So the first one is just talking about, some people having different walks in life.
Hmm.
The second one is just for party, just for in the party.
Uh-huh.
The third one is like, um, mm, there's no real meaning behind it. It's just the sample carries it. So I just let the sample and I just feed into the sample and that's it.
Hmm. Roll me up. That sounds really interesting. When I think of roll me up, I'm thinking about breakfast. like
Like a
like a
burrito.
or Chipotle. Maybe that's on my mind because I know my son wants Chipotle tonight. So I'm thinking about burrito.
Right.
Oh, that is so cool. Okay. And what's the first thing you listened for in a new recording?
Like I said, the sample. So
Okay.
with it being like older, older R&B jazz type situation.
Hmm.
Like for instance, I was to a lot of Isley Brothers.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
when they're with their sample, if you slow it down a little bit,
Hmm.
the way they're singing fast, it really makes a difference. And then the way you add the bass to it.
Oh, so that's very interesting. Slowing it down and adding the bass to it. I hope people are
Like
taking notes.
like slow the sample down, add the bass, but keep the beat at the right tempo. At your set tempo, but always slow the sample down.
Hmm. What happens when you slow it down?
When you slow the sample down, it's just like kind of highlights the certain part.
Hmm.
So like, the most catchiest part of the sample, you slow it down, it highlights that part. And when you're
Oh,
highlighting that part, it's like making it sink in more.
okay. Kind of like slow dancing, right?
Yeah,
And then um when the hook comes, then that's when you do the dip. You like dip the girl and then
yeah,
got
you
you.
dip them, you spin them. Yeah,
Whatever. Yeah.
Right.
Okay. Okay. What is one important lesson that you've learned in working in the music industry?
Um, I would say just again watching your social circle,
Mm,
because it's if you're not watching your social circle, it's easy to be thought about. Oh, that person's hanging out with that person. That person's into what that other person's into.
mm,
When you can be just completely just a regular person.
mhm.
So it's just watching your social circle and what their intentions are with you.
Very true. I guess that cliche still stands: birds of a feather flock together.
Right.
Okay. And if you weren't producing music, what would you be doing?
Playing basketball for sure.
That's what I was thinking when I read your bio. I said, okay. What was your position in basketball?
Point guard or shooting guard.
Shooting guard. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
And how has the internet and social media influenced your career?
Uh, not really much at all because I I delete Instagram a lot because there's no benefits coming from being on it really
Mm,
at all. So it just it can either just I'll be on TikTok. That's it though,
okay.
because TikTok is just mostly just happy, funny, funny reels. But Instagram is a lot of like just negative stuff on it, really.
Wow. That is very interesting.
Yeah,
You know, I have to say a lot of the stuff I've seen on TikTok have been funny. So
right.
it has been funny. There's this one lady, she talks about like people's cooking. You probably have seen her. She's viral. And she always says, what did she say? It don't go down easy if it ain't cheesy. Something like that. But yeah, you're right. Do you think Instagram is turning into like a Facebook or something like that? Because I'm hardly on Facebook, and I think because of that, you
Hmm.
know, people are able to type more on their feed as they're
Yeah,
like what they're going through. I'm not saying that that's bad, but then it could be. It depends on how it's written or how what the person's trying to say. Do you think
right.
like it's kind of getting to that point where the negativity is increasing in the whole Instagram thing too?
I mean, like people have lost their lives off over Instagram posts. So, with that being said, that's as negative as something can get.
Wow.
So yeah, I think that you know, social media just sometimes is not really worth it because some people post their every second of their day.
Mm,
They know exactly what this person is doing every second of the day, or they might go live every day at the same time. So
mm,
you know every little thing about this person, and the
mhm,
person knows nothing about you. So yeah, I think that it is getting pretty negative, and that's why I delete it a lot, and I
mhm,
only really go on there when I post something about my brand. Like if I didn't have a clothing brand, I wouldn't have Instagram.
mhm.
I only have it to, and everything I post is me and my brand.
Right.
So that's the only reason I have it.
No, that makes sense. I think there's people out here that utilize it for brand business stuff, but also like for motivating people. You know,
All right, that's true.
like I do my fitness thing. I don't know if it's working, but I try to motivate people. But yeah, but this is very interesting because I have a TikTok account too, but I haven't been
Mhm.
on there because then I can go. I can go in a rabbit hole and just watch it all
Yeah,
day, probably.
for
So
hours, right?
I'm like, yeah, I could, end up doing that. And the funny thing that you mentioned that because on your settings, put the note, take the notifications off,
Right.
so that way you're not really distracted. That's what I have to do. But anyway, TMI. Um, if you could change anything about the music industry, what would it be?
Uh, Nothing. I don't know too much about it to change it. You know, really.
Okay. I mean, people talk about labels and, uh,
Oh, I, okay. Since you brought that up, I would change that. People have like 100% ownership over their music because they are the one that made the music. So I don't
mhm,
know why somebody else would have ownership over it. So that's
mhm.
one thing I'll change with like a label situation.
Okay, for sure. So, where do you find your inspiration?
Mm. Actually, I was watching a documentary about NBA YoungBoy,
Okay.
and like that's my favorite artist. That's you can't tell me any different that he's a bad artist. He doesn't
Mm-mm.
have one bad song. Um, he was, but he does have a lot of run-ins with the law, and so
Mhm.
he's on house arrest for a while. But he's in Utah,
Mm.
and with his Utah house, he has 88 acres of land, and he's just by himself and his family. 88 acres of land. He has a mountain. He calls it Gravedigger Mountain. So that's like no matter what I do, that's a point I want to get to. To where it's like I don't like socializing with people too much, but if I can get to a place to where I can be by myself, a lot of land, nothing to really worry about in life, that's where I want to end up.
Wow, you are quite wise for a young man. I love it. I love it. I've spoke with a lot of young artists, and I mean, you guys are so dope. That's what that's what I have to say. What is the best advice ever given to you?
Um, my dad said that everything has a system.
Mhm.
So and then I didn't get it. Well, he said two things. Everything has a system, and it takes three people to tell you something until you understand it.
Hmm.
So, with everything having a system, whatever you're trying to get to in life, it's a way to get there. Because you're not the first person to do it. Somebody has done it before. And while it's not the same, you don't have to take the same route that person took. There is a way to get there. And you just
Hmm.
have to figure out the system and figure out a game plan to how you're going to get to that. And then with it takes three people to tell you something to you understand. Again, I play basketball, so um, I was building bad habits with basketball, and it always like took me three coaches to tell me one thing, like don't do this, don't do this, don't do this. The next person, don't do it, don't do it. Next person, don't do it, don't do it. Then I'm not going to do it. But then that's anything with life too. It's like a person can tell you to get this job, and you think about it, you like nah. Another person tell you a good thing about the job,
Hmm.
and you start thinking about it, but you still like nah. Another person tell you something great about it, you're sold on it. You're going to go get that job. So
Mm.
those are two good things that good advice givers that somebody gave me.
Okay. Wow. That is very interesting. Three people and what was what was it again?
Oh, it's a system. Everything's a
The
system.
system. That's right.
Yeah.
Everything's a system, and three people to tell you. Wow. Hmm. Very, very wise. Shout out to your dad, by the way. And what's next for BYB, and what message would you like to give your fans and up and coming artists?
What's next is hopefully $100 million in the mail tomorrow. Um, but not really. It's just just keep going hard. But the main focus is my brand though. So
Mhm.
uh, that's the way I express myself with like different type of designs and different logos, playing with different color schemes. So
Mhm.
that's what I'm going hard in. And a message that I tell somebody is wherever you at life is not the end. Trouble doesn't last always. So with that, it's just you're farther to where you're going than where you came from.
Mm.
So just keep going. Why not keep going?
Wow. You sure are dropping a lot of gems today, sir. And I hope people are taking copious notes because, I mean, you're a very wise individual. And I'm just very excited to have you, along with all the artists that come through, expressing how your journey has
Right.
been. And so, with that being said, how can people reach you besides Instagram? I know you said you have the Instagram page, but can you tell people where they can locate you and for you to be, easy to reach?
You could DM Lucre Selection. That's the brand. Lucre. That's LUCRE. And then Selection. You can DM that page, and I'll be right there to receive what you want. Ship your order.
Okay. Wow. And so that's where I mean, that's your website basically. It's the IG.
Right.
Okay. That makes sense. Anything else you would like to say?
No, that's pretty much it. I appreciate you having me.
Thank you so much. So be sure to subscribe, like, and comment to view all the episodes on Internet 360. We are on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, I think Google Play, and some other platforms as well. And please, let's continue to support the Unity for Social Justice. Let's free Master Yo and all our brothers and sisters that need our support. This has been a broadcast of showing love full circle between In the Know 360 and BYB.
For sure.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day.
All right, you
Salute.
too.